Yes, very good morning to all. And today we'll be dealing with a topic which we call it to be a separate or a self acquired property under Hindu law. Now, students, what do we mean by the term separate property or what do we mean by the term self acquired property? Now, if we talk about a separate property or a self acquired property, then in that case, there is a terminological difference between these two. When we talk about a separate property or a self-acquired property, actually a general thing which comes in our mind is what? The general thing which comes in our mind is whatever the property which is earned by us, which is earned by our own exertion, is nothing but a separate property or a self-acquired property. Or a property actually which we get as an individual share in any particular property. Maybe the family property, we get a definite individual share over which we have a right to dispose of. Then, in that case, we call the same to be now the separate property. So, let us see what the definition of separate property or a self acquired property is and what does it mean. Students, whatever the property which is inherited from any person other than his father, grandfather, or great grandfather would be termed to be a property, a separate property, or a self acquired property. So, a property which is inherited from any person, inheritance has taken place over here. The property has been inherited, but the particular property which has been inherited by this particular person is a person who is other than his father. He has inherited the property of some another person and not of his father, and not of his grandfather, and not of his great grandfather. So he has inherited the property from any person, any other person who is not his father, who is not his grandfather, nor who is his great grandfather. Such a property would be termed to be a separate property or a self acquired property. Next is the property acquired by Hindu as his share of partition of joint family property, provided he has no male issue in existence. Now, another, this very important sentence is, this is very important sentence which says that property which is acquired by Hindu as his share of partition of joint family property. So earlier the property was a joint family property, a partition took place in that joint family property, an individual share is given to this particular Hindu as a co-partner of that particular family, and by virtue of that particular transaction or by virtue of that particular partition, this particular Hindu has acquired a particular property. But this particular property would be considered to be his separate property or a self acquired property, provided he has no male issue in existence. He should not have any son who can have a claim over that particular property as a co-partner or as a legal heir, because this particular property, this is what a person has acquired because the partition has taken place. And suppose if he has a son, then in that case that particular son would basically have a claim over that particular property, because that particular property has is an outcome of a joint family property. But if that particular property, if is a separate property or a self acquired property of a Hindu individual, and if his son wants to claim the same, then in that case the Hindu individual can alienate that property to someone else in spite of son. So the property which is acquired by Hindu as his share of partition of joint family property, provided if he has no male issue in existence, then in that case that particular transaction would be termed to be, or that particular property would be termed to be a separate property or a self acquired property. Next, the property which is acquired by male Hindu, the property which is acquired by a male Hindu by his own exertion, by his own exertion, by his own skill, by his own merits, by his own hard work, then in that case, and that too without the help or assistance taken from the joint family property or a joint family, then in that case, that particular property of that male Hindu would be considered to be his own property, and he would be having a right to dispose of according to his will and wish to anyone. So, the separate property or a self acquired property means a property which is inherited from any person other than his father, grandfather, or a great grandfather. Second is property which is acquired by Hindu as his share of partition of joint family property, provided he has no male issue in existence. Third, the property which is acquired by male Hindu by his own exertion without the assistance of a joint family property. Now come to next, the property which is obtained by Hindu by grant from government. Now you would have seen or you would have heard somewhere that a defense personals, they get a property from the government. They get a piece of land from the government for whatever the work they have done during their services. So in order to reward them, a certain property been given to a piece of land been given to these government servants, these defense servants. Then in that case, whatever the property which are obtained by Hindu by the grant from the government, or suppose for example, suppose uh, if you earn somewhat a gift, or if you earn somewhat a money out of your own merits, then in that case, like you are good in education, then in that case, a reward has been given to you, a reward has been confirmed to you. Or suppose you have given a good services to the nation or to your department, and likewise some reward has been conferred over you. So whatever the property which is obtained by a Hindu by grant from the government would be considered to be his separate property and self acquired property, and no one would be having a claim over that particular property. That particular property may be disposed of by the particular person to anyone by making a will or a gift to that particular effect. Next is the income which is earned by the member of a joint Hindu family by means of education or training will be his separate property. Now, while staying in a joint family, as a member, he took an education. As a member, he took somewhat a training in any particular job or something like that. While maintained by the joint family, then in that case, or joint family income, then in that case, that particular income which is earned by that particular individual applying his own skill and the education, then in that case, the particular income earned by that particular member of the joint family while remaining in that particular joint family, because or the with the source of his education or a training, would be considered to be his separate property. Next is whatever the property which is received by the member, whatever the property which is received by the member in marriage or while by way of a gift, in marriage or by way of a gift, maybe a marriage gift, then in that case, that particular property would be considered to be the separate property of the individual, and sometimes it would also be considered to be a self acquired property. Now let us see next, the property which is devolving on a sole surviving partner, provided there is no widow in existence who has a power to adopt or has a child in a womb. What does this mean? ऐसी कोई भी प्रॉपर्टी जो कि सोल सर्वाइविंग को पार्टनर को मिलेगी या सोल सर्वाइविंग को पार्टनर के पास में है, और ये जो सोल सर्वाइविंग को पार्टनर है उसके उसकी विडो भी नहीं है, जो कि बेसिकली एडॉप्ट कर पाए ये पर्टिकुलर पर्सन के जाने के बाद में, उसकी वाइफ या पर्टिकुलर पर्सन के डिमाइस के बाद में उसकी वाइफ किसी बच्चे को एडॉप्ट कर सके, या फिर उस विडो के वूम में बच्चा हो, ऐसी भी कोई सिचुएशन नहीं है। एंड हेंस ऐसे वक्त में इफ अ पर्सन डाइज, then in that case whatever the property he is having would be considered to be, or whatever the person while during his lifetime, suppose if he is not married, then in that case whatever the property he gets out of his own exertion or by the government grant or as a partition in the joint family property would be considered to be his separate property or a self-acquired property. Next is property which is obtained by Hindu from will or the gift. Suppose if a property been obtained by a Hindu from will, or any person has gifted certain particular property to this particular person, then in that case this particular property would be considered to be a separate property of this individual. Next is property which is obtained by gift of ancestor, movable property made by father through affection. So again this would be considered to be a separate property. This is a property which is obtained by way of gift, and this particular property actually is a part and parcel of ancestor movable property, but the father has out of affection been given have given this particular property to you, then in that case that particular property would be considered to be a separate property. Next is, what are the effects and incidents of self acquired property? If we have discussed the entire concept of separate and self acquired property, then certain things comes in our mind, that there are certain effects and incidents of this self acquired property. What are these incidents? Firstly, holder of self acquired or a separate property is a full owner of the property. It means, suppose even his male issue does not acquire any interest in it by birth, and the person would be having a total right of disposal of that particular property to anybody by any other way. Next is, the holder may dispose of the property in any way he likes. The way he like, he can dispose of that particular property. No one would question his authority to dispose of that particular in relation to dispose of that particular property. Next is, the property is not liable to partition, because no one else is having a right to have a claim over this particular property, and hence this particular property, that is to say the separate property or a acquired property, no one can have a claim, or no one would ask that the partition over that said property. The property is not liable to partition. Next is, on the death of the owner, the property passes by succession to his heirs. Suppose if the owner of this particular separate or self acquired property dies without making any will, then in that case, whatever the property he hold would pass by way of succession to his legal heirs. So, students, this was actually the concept relating to separate property and self acquired property, or a separate property or a self acquired property. This question would always come to you so far as the short question and